Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3. And today I'm going to be giving you a brand new episode of What If Naruto? Awaken his members and powers at Land of Wave, guys. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Had Madara sealed inside of him at birth. And enjoy that guys. And remember, if you're new, yes, I indeed have 4 channels that I post what you find every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly, every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and destroy that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all for your help and support. Remember to comment down below so I can know if you're new and welcome you myself guys. And don't forget to turn on the bell notification to see exactly when I post. So without further ado or wasting more time, what do you say we jump right into this new episode? Begin now guys. So the last time we left off, it has been a couple of months since Naruto had left on his little trip towards the mountains of Kumo. Since then, word had spread around the elemental nation, the fact that Jiraiya of the Sannin was actually dead. However, that wasn't the only thing that happened. Over the months, the death of Orochimaru could be told as well, from none other than Sasuke Uchiha. Tsunade was taking a drink at the grave that they set up for Jiraiya the Hidden Leaf, as she had made him a promise even in death that she would take up the responsibility of helping get rid of this Naruto. She knew that it was probably shaming him even in knowing death that he could not been there for the kid. However, she would take all responsibility. She spent a lot of time here drinking with her deceased friend despite getting no response back. Orochimaru was now dead as well. She was the only Sannin left in the world. Yeah, she was the only one left. Meanwhile that was going on, the Akatsuki was meeting up. Having Sasuke's death was something that struck the organization because Sasuke had a spy network where they gather a lot of information for said organization. The problem now lied with the 9 and 1 Tails Jinchuriki. They fall off the map once again. It was ridiculous how they could conceal themselves like that. It was like they were nowhere to be found even with Zetsu searching for them. But they had to be found. The first and also the strongest. They had to be found no matter what. While that was going on, both Naruto and Gaia could be seen. As they were on top of the mountain, the both of them had a ridiculously high sex drive. And they did not even care in the spring of the moment. They just got heavy and down to business. That was their thing, yes. But now it was time for them to head back. Naruto wasn't the only one up there training though. Gaia had fully been able to use the power of Shikaku and get immensely stronger while Naruto worked on his lightning manipulation, able to now harness the power fully. Naruto had surpassed his previous limits while facing off against Jiraiya. Arriving back towards the hidden zone village, Naruto and Gaia was immediately surrounded by ninjas when they stepped into the border. When they saw who it was though, they quickly retreated, as Naruto heard some rather shocking news. Arriving, Naruto saw Gurren going through paperwork. Gurren had killed the daimyo and taken over, as she was now the sole controller of the hidden zone. Naruto was surprised, as he never expected this from her. As he talked badly about Orochimaru, but Naruto asked her, why did she even care after all? He made it clear that he was not going to take her body, and he was going after Sasuke's. However, Sasuke had been the one to kill him, so Naruto found it rather laughable. But it did not really matter, did it? As Naruto told Gurren that, well, she could stay in charge of this location, it was not like he was gonna fight her for it. He said that he was leaving, but he said that it wasn't a complete goodbye. Besides, he considered her as a friend. There wasn't much people in this world that he actually consider a friend or actually care about. And she was one of them. She was a good person to him. As Gurren was glad to hear that because she knew that this person in front of her was going to cause big changes. His name was already all about after the death of Jiraiya the Sannin. So with that, Naruto left for now. Hearing about Sasuke out there with his new group, as Naruto mocked the fact that Sasuke went after Orochimaru when he was weak. However, it was time for them to begin their plans. So with that, they moved out. The first place they headed towards was the Land of Water, as they got on a ship there. Upon getting on the ship, information was instantly sent back to Konoha from the new Mizukage who wanted an alliance between two villages. As Harrison was happy to hear that. At least he can provide some more stability before his time was up. Harrison was getting old and he was getting more and more weak. And soon enough he wouldn't be able to keep up. But at least before he fall, he wanted to see Naruto Uzumaki be put to rest. Naruto was one of his biggest mistakes, and he needed to fix it before he died. Jiraiya has already died for his mistake. He couldn't let anyone else die. However, the task force that was built was specifically built for taking down Naruto. It had the brains, it had the tracking, it had the strength, it had the force. All the members were there. As they were told about the specifics of the mission, there was a chance that more than one of them would end up dying, but they all were here to fight with everything they got because they knew if they did not go up against this person, well, Konoha was doomed. Such people as my guy, while his strength would be necessary in this, they still had to keep back some of the shinobis. After all, they could not send everyone out. Konoha was already being looked down upon because they lost Jiraiya, as people were seeing him as weak now. So yeah, they had to keep back some of their shinobis just in case. So with that, they move on. Meanwhile, Naruto and Gaia were trekking through the forest of the islands the islands that surrounded the land of Kiri, as they were being watched by the hunter ninjas, who were told not to engage no matter what. It didn't take them too long though, as they finally arrived towards the location of Utakata. Given the fact that the hunter ninja has been searching for Utakata for the longest time now, it was rather shocking for Naruto to find him so easily. Well, Naruto had a big help inside. Utakata refused to cooperate, as Naruto put him down rather easily and sent a chain through him. On that, the Kiri shinobis attacked, trying to stop him from going after their Jinchuriki. However, Gaia stepped in the path and she was merciless. In fact, she enjoyed slaughtering them. It seems that being with Naruto had brought out more of her darkness from inside. She was ruthless, and none of them stand a chance against her iron sand. They were quickly placed down on the ground. As Naruto was able to draw out most of the power well. Not him exactly, Chrome was able to enter into the mindscape and draw most of the power from the slug. While she did not take it all because the seal was powerful and it would take a longer while to break, she was able to draw it out using the chain and the connection that she and Naruto share. Once that was said and done, they left, making their way to where Aisabu was. As Naruto dived into the ocean, Aisabu was quickly able to calm down as he saw his sister. Aisabu was different as he was one of the most calmer tail beasts. He was mentally a little child, a boy. So with that, Naruto felt a different sensation. Instead of taking some of his chakra, they took him. As Chrome was making sure that the power was not affecting Naruto until the time was ready, as she made sure to separate it inside the seal, seeing that Naruto gave her full control in there. So with that, Naruto emerged on the surface. It didn't take too long for the Konoha ninjas to arrive, as Naruto looked towards all of them here to stop him, as it brought a smirk to his face. It's been a long while. So yeah guys, basically let's left off. You guys can switch across the playcheck to yourself as we begin this new episode guys. Tension was high in the air. Yes, there was a lot of tension between them right now. After so long of seeing them right here and right now, well yes, the tension was immensely high. A lot of rage, a lot of anger, a lot of deep-seated hatred. A lot of it was coming from both Kiba and also Asuma as well. Sakura couldn't believe it. She just couldn't think of the old Naruto compared to this one. This cold, uncaring monster in front of her. As Naruto was making things worse by giving them a smile, showing them that he was not really concerned about them being a threat. Kakashi, the leader of said group, stepped forward. "Before you even try this," said Naruto, "I wonder what made you people believe that you could actually take me on. If you haven't recently heard, I slaughtered one of the Hidden Leaf Sanins. So tell me, how exactly do you think this is going to turn out, Naruto asks, as he looked towards them. This only has one ending, and that's with you dead, Kiba said, showing his fangs. However, Naruto was not intimidated in the slightest. Oh, is that so? You think you can make my death a reality, said Naruto, as Kiba gripped his fists. You're really angry, said Naruto. The thought of killing me is rather excited you, isn't it? Well, you should know something, said Naruto. In an instant, Naruto stood in front of Kiba, shocking the populace that was there. The reality of you bringing my death is something that will never happen. Kakashi pulled his kunai as he swung. Kiba brought his arm up with his nails, ready to tear into Naruto's flesh. Asuma threw his trench knife right towards Naruto's face, as the thing cut through air to slice right through Naruto's skull. All of them were ready to attack him. Sakura, making sure to keep her eye on the Kunoichi over there, but something was wrong. She was not intervening, in fact, she was just watching the whole thing. But they made a mistake, because they were training for this for years now, and Naruto would be dead or captured one way or another. But she hoped he was captured so she can find out what happened to her Sasuke gun from. Last thing she heard, Kakashi said that Naruto was there when Sasuke was taken away. She still believed that was the case, despite the recent evidence that it was not. Naruto simply smirked as all the attacks came towards him. When a discharge of black lightning, the first thing to stop was Asuma kunai before it was ricocheted away. Kakashi felt the spasm as he almost got it creeping up his arm, but his ninja instinct kicked in as he jumped away. Akamaru yanked on Kiba, pulling him down, actually saving his arm. The dog sensing far more danger than Kiba's. As Naruto stood there, immediately Neji moved in. A Jayugen strike right to Naruto's center chest. With one hit he could completely immobilize Naruto. Naruto's eyes focused on the Hyuga. Neji had reached him within a matter of seconds, his hand lashed out to grab Naruto. However, Neji was shocked at the speed that he was going. He should have been able to hit him, but his hand missed and hit absolutely nothing. Neji was caught off guard by this, not expecting this in the slightest. That is when Naruto appeared behind him and raised his arm. As there was a buzzing sound, a swarm of bugs came towards Naruto as he flipped away. The moment he landed though, a shadow caught onto his, trapping him in place. As Shikamaru was down, Shadow Possession Jutsu, a success, he said. All the members turned their gaze towards him, thinking that Naruto was successfully captured. Their job was to either kill or capture. Capturing would be the best option because he possessed something that would make the leaf great once again, that being the Nine Tails. But killing is the next option if they could not capture him. However, Shikamaru had gotten it done quickly. Nice work, Shikamaru, Sakura said. Shikamaru said nothing as he held his ground, holding on to Naruto's shadow, as Naruto was looking towards him with amusement. Seeing that Naruto was currently trapped at the moment, turning his gaze, Kakashi looked towards Gaia. Surrender now, he said. You only get one chance. Gaia looked towards him with clear amusement in her eyes. Big talk from someone who's gonna die today, she said. That caught Kakashi off guard. What did she? Turning back towards Naruto. Did you really think that this mere shadow can hold on to someone like me? I told you years ago, Shikamaru, that I will make you and the others watch as I burn Konoha down to the ground. And you should know something, Naruto Uzumaki, never broke my promises. Upon saying that, his body seemed to react without him even doing anything. No hand signs, nothing. Lightning just exploded out of him. It actually traveled straight towards Shikamaru's shadow. The Nara tried to move as fast as he could, but there is no way that he could outspeed lightning. The next thing he knew, he was violently hit. Shikamaru cried out in pain as he was blasted right through a tree. Shikamaru Sakura yelled as she rushed over towards him. However, she bumped right into Naruto as he appeared in front of her. She froze for a second until she gripped her fist and threw it forward, sending a tremendous amount of force. However, As Naruto raised his hand, her fist slammed into something with tremendous force. There was an impact, but she was not able to breach it. Sakura was confused as she saw a strange golden shield just materialized out of pure chakra. Shocked by that. Seems like someone has gotten stronger. However, you're still useless. Kakashi appeared behind Naruto, lightning blade in hand, as he shoved it forward to end Naruto's life. However, Naruto vanished once again using speeds that seemed to be shocking to everyone. Kakashi, who had thrust his arm forward, was at a disadvantage now as Naruto was right in front of Sakura, and Kakashi had thrust his hand so fast that Naruto had disappeared at the very last moment. Sakura's eyes widened. Kakashi turned his hand at the last moment, but it was too late as he slammed right into her shoulder. The attack grazed Sakura as she cried in pain, electricity coursing right through her. However, Kakashi, who was shocked that he hit his own student, let his guard down. With that, they suffered the consequences. The great Kakashi Hatake cried out in agonizing pain as he felt something slammed into his back with tremendous force. Blood came out of his mouth, staining his mask as he was thrown. Sakura, who was trying to recover, felt something bash against the side of her skull, causing her to slam face first into the earth. Naruto stood there with a bat in his hand, yes, a golden bat that was materialized out of his chakra. Gaia laughed from where she was. Batter up, she said. Getsuga! Naruto heard as he turned to see Kiba coming in towards him, one from the left, one from the right. However, it was just a distraction as Asuma appeared in front of Naruto. Kiba then turned at the last moment as Naruto found himself surrounded in ash. Burning ash, Asuma said as he clicked his teeth, causing a tremendous explosion. When the smoke and dust cleared, there was nothing to be seen. Really, is that all you can do? Asuma snapped his head around as he saw Naruto stand on the branch of a tree. If there was one thing I mainly focused on, it was my speed. And you're all too slow to keep up with someone like me, said Naruto. Empty ear palm, said Neji as he blasted the tree where Naruto once was. However, the blonde had already jumped out right into a swarm of bugs Naruto was falling into. As he saw Shino quickly trying to use his bugs to assault Naruto's chakra, but before Naruto landed though, he stepped on mid-ear. Yes, he actually stepped on mid-ear like something was there. As there was a discharge of black lightning, the bugs were instantly fried, forcing Shino to pull back the remaining ones that he had. As Naruto stood there, surrounded by the group as he saw Sakura got up. Her head was bleeding frantically, however, she was healing herself rather quickly, also having a hand on Kakashi's back as well. I must say, I'm disappointed, said Naruto. And here I thought that you guys have actually gotten stronger, but you've proven to be a bigger disappointment than I thought. And yet, you guys were in the assault team that were supposed to capture or kill me. Shut up, said Kiba, as Naruto turned towards him. Oh, what was that mutt, he asked. You have no idea what any one of us here is capable of. And I swore to my name right here and now, for all the crimes and actions that you did against Konoha and our friends and our home, you will die, Kiba said. Oh, come on, said Naruto. That's not what you're really mad about. You're really mad about Hinata, aren't you? Kiba clenched his fists. Don't you dare say her name. I know that she was on your team and all, but now that I remember correctly, she was always following me around. Seems like I one-up you in that, said Naruto, and yet you still can't get over a girl that didn't even like you. Do you want to know what it felt like when I sliced her throat open? Do you want to know what the look on her face was, said Naruto, when she was so shocked as her own crush had ended her life? Kiba lost it. Kiba, no! Asuma yelled out, knowing that he was just baiting him, as he realized that is what Naruto was good for. Akamaru even barked toward his partner to stop, but Kiba had took off with tremendous speed. He had been training a lot over the past few years. Its claws swiped and slashed at Naruto. As he aimed for the throat, Naruto ducked and dodged, weaving out of all of his attacks. Kiba was moving much slower to him than Kiba thought, as Naruto had gotten so ridiculously fast, partly thanks to his lightning manipulation, but his speed was a conjunction of that, so, well, Kiba stood no chance, and Naruto was gonna show that as he ducked under one of Kiba's other strikes. However, Kiba slammed smoke bombs on the ground. With the smoke bombs, Akamaru quickly rushed inside and they both started drill. Getsuga! Asuma watched as something was blown out of smoke. It was Naruto. The group watched as Naruto slammed into a tree. Kiba quickly slammed his hand together as he created a clone. With the clone created, him and the clone and Akamaru leaped forward. 3 drills as they all came down. The tree and the ground that they were near was pulverized as they drilled into Naruto with immense force, trying to tear his body apart. Die, die, said Kiba as fangs and claws ripped into Naruto. Everyone watched as blood started to splatter everywhere. Once Kiba's technique died down, he was panting a bit as he looked down towards the body in front of him. Naruto was on the ground and he was a mess. Clothing was torn, his neck was ripped out. His body was ripped apart, mutilated badly. By this time, Kakashi had picked himself back up, surprised that it had ended so soon. But Naruto was too cocky for his own good. However, Neji didn't feel right about this as he scanned the surrounding area, using his Byakugan to do so. Yet for some reason his eyes could not focus. Wait, something is wrong, he said. What is it? Shino asked in his usual dry tone. Shikamaru was being quickly held by Sakura from that nasty lightning strike. As he looked up, pain written all over his face. Where is he? He's dead, said Kiba looking down towards the body. Sakura turned her head as she noticed Gaia smiling at her before. Gaia motioned for her to look up. Sakura snapped her head up. Above us! Upon hearing that, a scream of pain could be heard. That is when the body that Kiba had torn into went up in a puff of smoke. They were shocked. That was no normal clone, because it showed blood and everything. However, the scream came from none other than Akamaru, as Akamaru's neck was currently being crushed. Well, not currently, as Naruto applied more pressure. Snap! The dog went quiet. There was no other sound, as Naruto had just snapped the dog's neck with his feet. Everyone was shocked. Kiba couldn't believe what he just saw, as he looked down towards the unmoving body of Akamaru. As he was shocked, speechless. As Naruto stepped forward towards the shock, Kiba, who couldn't believe it, as years of memories rushed through his head with him and his pal. Kiba, move! Shino yelled as a swarm of bugs appeared in front of Naruto, stopping him. What's with you and all the insects? Said Naruto. As he waved his hand, a discharge of energy blasted them away. As he moved straight towards Kiba, but Kakashi, despite the pain, moved in. He clashed with Naruto. The both of them traded punches as Asuma jumped onto the scene. Clashing with the two of them, Naruto was able to keep up as they tried to put him down. Jumping back and getting some distance away, they moved towards a different location, clashing violently. Gaia stood there as she was floating on her sand, looking towards them. The poor little puppy got killed. I guess you should have taken him off the battlefield after all. He was just gonna die anyways once you brought him here. Kiba was too shocked to even speak or say anything towards that woman. You people are monsters, said Sakura. Oh, we are? Gaia said. I never really thought of it, she said in a sarcastic tone. Shino went after the others. There was even more now that he had to kill Naruto for, while Kiba was still shocked. As Shikamaru tried to pick himself up, wait, Sakura said. I'm not done yet, she said, knowing that if he entered in a poor state, it would just end up being worse for him. On the other hand, Neji stepped towards Gaia, as he settled down into his stance. Oh, you want to fight me, White Eyes? Gaia said. That wouldn't be such a good idea. As you've noticed, I've decided to stay out of this because Naruto getting his revenge on you people is his thing. So do you really want to forfeit your life like that? Neji blasted pure chakra towards her from his palm. However, it was blocked by the iron sand. Gaia sighed as her feet touched the ground. Although I must say, I do like your eyes. Perhaps I'll keep them as a collection after I kill you, she said. Over to the other side, Kakashi moved in as he swiped his kunai at Naruto's throat. Naruto ducked under the attack as Asuma came in with a roundhouse kick to slam on top of Naruto's head. However, Naruto pulled back as the kick cracked the ground. Kakashi moved in and delivered swift blows, but Naruto countered with blows of his own, as the attacks cancel each other out. Kakashi and Naruto clashed fist to fist as Asuma came in. Naruto's sword appeared in his hand as he blocked Asuma's trench knife, while he used his other hand to clash against Kakashi. It should be that both of them were winning, seeing that the two of them were on him, and he was alone, but that was not the slightest idea of what was going on here. As Naruto kicked Kakashi away before, he grabbed Asuma's wrists. He then proceeded to pull the man forward and bash his skull into the man's. Asuma staggered back from the force as Naruto stepped in and delivered several hard punches to his guts before he slammed an uppercut under his chin. He then raised his leg and kicked Asuma through the ear as he crashed right at the slope of the hill, almost falling off as he grabbed on at the last moment. Kakashi appeared and swiped as Naruto moved. However, the kunai sliced him on the cheek and drew some of his blood. As Naruto reached up as he touched his face, looking down towards his hand as he saw his blood. His eyes then snapped up towards Kakashi. Naruto moved in at blazing speeds. The first punch that he sent, Kakashi diverted towards the right. Kakashi was used to fighting someone of Guy's caliber, so he could keep up. However, the second punch that he sent, Kakashi thought he could block it, but the force behind it sent his knees buckling. As Naruto moved in and smashed him right on the shoulder, loosening his arm grip. Naruto then grabbed onto his left arm and yanked him downward before he planted his knee into the man's face, shattering Kakashi's nose on contact. He then flipped around him and grabbed him by the neck before lifting him. He then drove his head into the earth. However, Kakashi substituted away. Kakashi burst out of the foliage as he launched a fireball towards Naruto's chain, shot right through the fireball and slammed right into Kakashi's stomach, blunt force. It knocked the ear out of the man as he dropped to his knees. The chain then lashed and wrapped around his throat before dragging him across the ground, tearing up the left half of his face mask as Naruto grabbed him by the throat. Kakashi quickly created a lightning blade and thrust it towards Naruto's chest. However, he came in contact with the armor. He decided to expand the jutsu, but to his surprise, Kakashi watched as Naruto's chain wrapped around his wrist and the jutsu slowly started dissipated. Naruto then let him go before slamming an elbow right into his face, causing the man to stagger and sway on his feet as Naruto raised his leg, but Asuma appeared. Asuma thrust both of his trench knife forward right towards Naruto's heart. Naruto reached out and grabbed both of his wrists. "Now!" Asuma shouted. Naruto turned as bugs swarmed his face, blocking his vision. That is when he heard "Getsuga!" As the voice was filled with such rage as Naruto felt, something slammed into his back. As he released Asuma's hand in the protest, he was blasted off his feet, knocked into the sky. Kakashi's Sharingan then twisted. "Move," he said, as Kiba quickly moved out of the way as he landed on all fours. You could see the rage on his face as Kakashi steadied himself. "Kamui," he said. Slowly but surely, Naruto's arm started to be twisted, as the air around it seemed to be warping somehow. The ability that was granted towards him by his Mangekyo Sharingan allowed him to distort objects and tear them away to a different dimension, he believed. Granted, he has not been in this dimension himself, however, this is what is needed in order to kill Naruto. As Kakashi was about to send Naruto's arm away by literally tearing it clean off, instead of Naruto's arm, what he sent away was a mechanical arm. Well, made from the golden metal that Naruto seemed to create out of chakra. Naruto landed on his feet as Kakashi was already panting from using the technique. His body was not even used to the normal Sharingan, so the Mangekyo really takes a toll on him. As Naruto cracked his neck, as he looked towards the group in front of him, I must say, I guess I was wrong. You guys have been trained a bit. However, you're still worthless, said Naruto. But it's time I stopped playing around. After all, you all came here with the intent to kill me. Not all of you will be leaving this place alive, Naruto said. Kiba did not waste any time as he shot forward. Kakashi shouted at him to stop, knowing that he was making a mistake rushing in as Asuma went after him, trying to back him up. Shino raised his arms and bug exploded out of it. However, Naruto brought his hand to his chest. Pressing his hand on his chest, there was a seal that activated on Naruto's chest. A seal that had 4 spirals. The center spiral slowly opened up, as there was an unsettling wave of power that was released from Naruto. Once the center spiral opened up, the one beyond that opened up once again, leaving the most 2 outer spirals. This time when Naruto moved, all they saw was a blur. As Naruto moved to Kiba's left, Kiba punched the after images that he saw. However, his hand went through them because they were not real. Naruto gripped his right arm and slammed a knee into his guts. The force caused Kiba to cough up blood as his whole body racked with pain. Shino bugs came in and swarmed the both of them. However, the ability was only set to suck Naruto dry. "He's gone," said Shino, as the body of Kiba was all that remained. Asuma turned and swiped. However, Naruto brought his arm up. Asuma's wrist clashed with Naruto's. However, to Asuma's surprise, the force was not enough for him to get through, as his knife stopped inches away from Naruto's right eye. Naruto brought his hand up as a dagger form as he sliced. Asuma cried out as Naruto tore his left eye straight to pieces, driving the kunai from his cheek. Kakashi quickly threw the kunai towards Naruto's face. However, Naruto reached and caught the weapon, as he turned and used it to block Kiba, who had gotten up. Kiba's claws clashed against said weapon. As Kiba was trying to bring down force to stop Naruto, Shino appeared behind Naruto, as he appeared with a kunai in hand to drive right through Naruto's back. However, they felt the surge. "Move!" Kakashi yelled to the both of them, but it was too late as a spiritual rift opened up right Naruto's left. Shino's eyes widened as a spear ripped right through his chest and burst right through his back. Blood came from the abermi. As he looked down, Naruto expanded his spear as a whole, got 10 times larger. Naruto did not waste time though as he drove the other tip towards Kiba's face. Kakashi came in and grabbed the back of Kiba and threw him out of the way. He brought his arm up, slice. Kakashi winced, but he bit down hard to stop himself from crying out as Naruto's spear end stabbed into his arm. Kakashi used his other arm to create a lightning blade as he drove it towards Naruto's face. However, Naruto's body seemed to spasm out of his reach and reappear a distance away. Kakashi panted as he caught Shino, dropping right into his arms. Shino coughed up blood. As there was no talking, nothing at all, Shino just died. "Shino!" Kiba cried. "I told you," said Naruto. "Now, let us..." He paused as he turned his head to the right. "Ruining my fun," he said before. He looked back towards the group. "I guess we'll meet another time," he said. He then disappeared in a burst of speed. Kiba picked himself up, rushing over towards his only teammate that left. "Shino," he said. "Shino!" However, there was a gaping hole where Shino's heart once was. "Shino!" he cried out. "Damn it," Asuma said as he slammed his fist into the ground. Even with all of them, they were barely able to do him anything. How? How could he have gotten this powerful? Meanwhile, over to where Gaia was. Gaia opened her palm and inside of her hand was an eyeball. It was Neji's left eye. Over to the right, Neji panted. As he held his face, blood was leaking from his eye. He didn't know that she was this strong. Gaia's body had been enhanced by Orochimaru, not just to enhance her stand but also her physical capabilities. Her punches were like steel slamming right into you. Neji was fast. Neji was able to disable people's chakra. However, her multiple uses of her iron sand prevent him from getting in too close. And her speed caught him off guard. She was faster than him. Sakura jumped forward as she slammed right into the iron sand, punching it away. Wow, you sure are strong. Why don't we have a go, said Gaia. She turned towards Neji. I thought I'd want this, but now, well, it doesn't seem that important, she says. She clenched her fist, crushing Neji's eye that she just ripped out. As Neji clenched his fist in rage, Gaia's body was covered by the iron sand further, hardening her. Well, not her entire body because that was slowed down her movements. What was covered was her fists. That is why when she and Sakura clashed, Sakura, who was known for her strength, was shocked. The two tremendous blows collided, creating a violent shockwave that ripped apart the ground. But Sakura was the one to be blown back. And also, she cried out as something was wrong with her hands. Looking down, she saw her knuckles were torn up. Gaia-san had came out and literally injected itself into the girl's hand while they were punching each other, further weakening Sakura's strength. Gaia smirked as she turned her wrists, causing Sakura to cry out. Shikamaru's shadow shot forward, trying to stop Gaia in her tracks. However, she jumped on a sand dune and floated straight up. As she kept on turning her wrist, Sakura cried as the sand was currently going through her body while most of her hands right now. Her left hand and her right hand dropped to the sides. One after another, Sakura felt the sensation as it was painful. It felt like the sand was grinding against her bones. The sand actually wrapped around her bones before Gaia clenched her fists. Sakura cried out as her bones shattered, both of her hands going limp. The sand was then ejected from her. As Gaia turned said sand into a spear with a sharp end, as she pulled it back before launching it towards Sakura's face. However, Shikamaru knocked her out of the way as it stabbed through a tree. Raising his hand, Shikamaru slammed both hands together as the shadow came alive. It lashed out towards Gaia. It tried to sew right through her. The weight was coming up like it was needles. Damn it, come on, he said, trying to catch her. However, Shikamaru felt something was wrong. Looking down, what he saw confused and baffled him, as he saw his left arm on the ground. Yes, he was confused what was going on. Why was his left arm on the ground? Why did his jutsu suddenly lose all movement in it? Just what was going on? The pain then set in, as pain coursed through his veins, as the only thing that was left was a stump. He couldn't even turn as Naruto bashed the side of his head in. Once again using that bat, Shikamaru was knocked senseless as Naruto picked him up before slamming him headfirst into a tree. Looking into the man's eyes, Shikamaru coughed up blood. The entire right side of his face was destroyed. I did say I would make you watch Konoha burn, but I'm kind of a liar, said Naruto. And besides, I have to send him a message. To think they believe that you guys will be able to kill me. I'm disappointed. Naruto dropped Shikamaru as he started to walk away. The Naruto tried to move until Naruto turned and swing the bats. The entire tree shattered as the bat had completely went through Shikamaru's skull. Brain matter and everything was all over the area. Hey, said Gaia. As she floated downwards, he was my kill. Why did you have to go and take that away? Oh, sorry about that, said Naruto. I just had to send my message, you know. Sakura weakly picked herself up, her eyes widened. Shikamaru, she said. Oh, hi there, Sakura, said Naruto. You don't look so well. You monster. Monster? Oh yes, I am one, said Naruto. You shouldn't be surprised by that. How could you do this? We were all once your friends. Friends? You're mistaken, said Naruto. You were friends with the naive, fake Naruto. He's gone now, and I'm here. And you weren't really his friend. You were just a bully always punching him across the head. So I think you got that mistaken, said Naruto. Besides, I've been a monster for a long time now. It has just been locked away, said Naruto. We won't let you get away with this, said Sakura. You won't let me, said Naruto. Huh. Naruto turned his head. Seems like you're a lucky girl, he said to her. The moment he said that, immediately they were surrounded. As Naruto noticed a guy with an eye patch carrying a headband, there was a boy next to him, blue hair, as he was holding onto a gigantic blade wrapped in bandages. A bunch of hunter ninjas. Seems like the cavalry has arrived, said Gaia. Yes, they have, said Naruto as he looked around towards them. Are we gonna kill them, she asked. Everyone stiffened and read themselves. No, said Naruto. Not now at least. Hey, you, said Naruto looking towards the guy with the eye patch, seeing that he looked the oldest. Senior Mizukage a message for me. She was wrong to side with Konoha in this one. I'm gonna be paying her a visit very soon. What? The blue hair boy says. He stepped forward. You dear, threaten her Mizukage, he said, as he raised said blade that was humming with chakra. Nice blade, said Naruto. You wanna see mine? He gripped the handles even tighter as Naruto chuckled. Don't worry, I'll kill you when I come back as well. Naruto wrapped his arm around Gaia's waist, as he then went through handstand as Kotaro leaped forward, bringing said blade down. However, Naruto and Gaia turned into lightning itself, before they shoot off into the sky and vanish. What the hell? What was that? Was that a teleportation jutsu? None of them having seen something like that before, they were rather surprised. The medical ninja part of the group quickly rushed over towards Sakura, as the other one turned his head. Oh man, he said, looking towards the busted out empty skull of Shikamaru's, as they then saw someone hopping over, that being the one-eyed Neji. Several slashes and cuts on his body from the iron sand. As the medic quickly moved towards them, they got here late and the entire team was decimated. Time skip. Tsunade Senju stepped out into the hall, as Hiruzen was standing there. They're gonna be fine. Suffering from chakra exhaustion or wounds are mental scars that would never be removed, but still they're gonna be fine. As Hiruzen Sarutobi lowered his head, even with this amount of power and planning, and yet they still weren't able to get the one up on him. He wasn't alone, I know, but still, how strong has Naruto truly gotten to be able to do something like this? We've lost 2 good men, Hiruzen said, as he blamed himself for this. You can't keep blaming yourself for everything. Tsunade told him. You told them the difficulties of this job. You told them that there's a chance that not all of them will be coming back alive. Yet, all of them gave a vow to follow you no matter what, and do the job. Besides, do you think Jiraiya would want you to blame yourself for his death? He chose to go after Naruto, he chose to do this by himself. And I'm sure that wherever he is, he doesn't want you blaming yourself thinking that you're the cause of why he's not here right now. Despite her words, Hiruzen couldn't help but feel terrible. Through and through. He messed up really badly. The past was something that he could not change, and now, look at where they're at. While that was going on, Kiba was lying in the hospital bed. Kiba was going on fumes, as Naruto had literally beaten him badly. Gaia was powerful with her strength and fists, but Naruto was like a bull compared to her. And yet Kiba had still fought. That was just a rare show of his determination, but now that the adrenaline had wore off, Kiba's body was beaten and battered and bruised. But it was nothing that Tsunade could not fix. Kakashi was suffering from chakra exhaustion. Using the Chidori and also the Kamui as well took a lot out of him. Asuma had one less eye than before. Same for Neji as well. Things were bad. Things were awful. They went out there fully expecting to defeat or bring Naruto back, and yet they came back with 2 dead people and also severe wounds. Yes, it was not a good look at all. Recently, Hiruzen received message from the Mizukage. It turns out that Naruto went after the 6 tails and took some of the tail beast chakra. He did not take it all, just some. Majority of it though. Like a whole lot, but still. Breaking the seal would have taken longer, so he was able to utilize his chains in order to get the chakra out. Hodoro had informed them about everything after Uchikai had been brought back to the village. Mei did not know about the 3 tails, neither did Hodoro or the others, because Naruto had left off, and not to mention Gaia had killed all the Anvus that were following them. Well, the hunter Anvus that is. Ayo quickly told me about the threat. It seems like Kira and Konoha will have to work together to get rid of this threat before it rises to too much more power. From what they could see, it seems like he was going after tail beasts. However, what did he want with that power? Granted, he was a 9 tail holder and she was a 1 tail holder. Something was happening here, and they need to put a stop to it soon, otherwise the world would be thrown into chaos by this couple that is currently enemy number 1. However, they need to inform the other nations to make sure that they're ready for what is to come as well. Despite the animosity between the leaf and also the hidden stone, they need to know about this, otherwise they will be leaving themselves wide open with their tail beasts up for the taking, and that is something that Hiruzen did not want. Time skip. As Oniki was surprised. What's wrong, old man? Glancing up, he looked towards none other than his granddaughter, Kurosaki. You know, if you're gonna succeed me one day, you need to start to show me some proper respect. Come on, calling you old man is like the biggest respect ever. I mean, I'm giving you props to your age. He gave her a slight glare as she grinned at him. What's that? A message. From Konoha. She was shocked. Konoha? You're joking, right? No, I'm not. I mean, really? In my wildest years, I never expected Konoha to send a message to us. What do they want? As Oniki read over it, it seems that Konoha can't keep their problems in check. One of their shinobis is hunting after tail beasts and they want to give us a heads up. Wow, I'm surprised. Not only are they trying to be helpful, they're telling us about their weakness of losing one of their shinobis. However, whoever this guy is, it's not like he can just walk in here and take what he wants. We'll crush him, she said. As Oniki had this weird look on his face. What's wrong? Something must be really up for Konoha to be informing me about this. I doubt they would have told us about this if something wasn't really wrong. So you think this guy's a threat? Yes, something is truly wrong. It's the same one that killed Jiraiya the Sannin. So yes, he's a threat. And also a Jinchuriki himself. Huh. Maybe he might be a bit strong, but let's just get the other two back to the village. I mean, if they're here, he can't get them, right? Yes, you're right. He summoned an Anvu. Quickly, go and retrieve Han and Roshi and tell them that they should return immediately. There's something I should speak to them about. Han and Roshi were the Jinchurikis of the village. However, unlike other Jinchurikis, they did not live in the village. They live in the outskirts, not together, but in the outskirts of the village. They weren't really disliked, but people kind of feared the power that was inside of them. That was just how things were, fearing that one day the power might come out and lay waste to them by accident or something. The animosity and some kind of little hate here and there, it caused both of them to leave the village and stay in the outskirts. Oniki did not bother them because, well, they did missions when he sent them out on missions and he did not force them to do anything too extreme. So they had a good working relationship, not personal working. And it was working so far. However, Oniki feared the prospect of this Jinchuriki coming after his own. Not to mention he had the 9 tails. And not only was he being warned by the leaf, something he thought that would never happen in 100 years. The letter was trying to make him ensure to know that this was no normal threat, as he believed that he should at least be cautious and find out just what the hell is going on. Just what does he want with the Jinchurikis? What could this child possibly seek? He had to find out. Meanwhile, the Anvu quickly made his way as he headed towards the outskirts of the village, which would take him a while. Well, a while he did not have. Arriving towards a small hut that was once a home of the 5-tailed horse, Han. However, at the moment, the hut was a complete disaster. The thing was destroyed, the land was torn up and ripped apart. Given the proximity, and not to mention Han not having the chance to transform. And this was one of the days where the patrol from the Hidden Stone did not reach them in time. Granted, the 10 Anvus that were out here in the distance were slaughtered by Naruto and Gaia. The rest did not reach in time though. Naruto's feet was currently on Han's throat, stopping the man from breathing, as Naruto's chain was currently injected into his chest. As chakra was rushing out in quantities into Naruto. By this time, Naruto was not being affected by this chakra because Kurumi made sure to properly place it somewhere where it wouldn't affect him just as yet, until they gathered them all. While that was going on, there was a surge of obscene amount of chakra that spread through the area. The nearby outposts felt the surge of chakra as the sensor nin spoke up. Sir, it's Roshi. He's releasing the power of the four tails. What? Quickly, let's move. I want to know what the hell is going on. The gigantic four-tailed beast hovered over the small girl, as she looked small in comparison. It brought its fist down and crushed the ground, seemingly crushing Gaia. However, that is when something slammed into it with tremendous force, actually rocking the four-tailed back. The gigantic beast shook its head on what it saw. Gaia stood on a gigantic humanoid statue that was made purely from iron sand. She was on top of the thing's head, as her legs were folded. Her hands were currently submerged in the sand on top of its head, as she was using to control it. So you think your size intimidate me, she said. Well then, let's go. She moved forward as they started to clash. Strangely, despite possessing the four-tailed beast and Gaia only possessing one, she was actually pushing him back. The four tails lashed out his tails towards her. However, when they stabbed into her sand body, it simply went through before the sand simply hardened around it, grasping it in place. The arms then raised as they multiply into four. The four-tail looked up with a shocked look before its face was pulverized into the ground. It quickly released lava from its mouth and slammed right into the gut of the thing, completely melting it through. The thing started to fall apart until it burst into black sand. So much of the iron shattering around it and spinning. The four-tail lashed and flashed out, trying to break through, but it came around it like a tornado. It then got sliced across the face. The thing howled and punched, however it got sliced once again. It got sliced across the feet and stabbed in the leg, before it was stabbed in the back. Spears, gigantic spears, came out of the iron sand, stabbing and ripping the thing apart from the inside. The thing howled before releasing an obscene amount of power, blowing away the iron sand. Gaia could be seen on the ground as she slammed both her hands together. She then proceeded to slam them in the ground. The ground simply faded away as normal sand exploded out that she had been grinding underneath. It rushed over the four tails and completely submerged the body of the thing. The four tails howled in pain as chains ripped through its body. Her iron sand tearing chains into its body, tearing one into its left and right arm, tearing into its legs. It opened its mouth and started to gather chakra until the thing came down and pierced right through the thing's lip, closing its mouth shut as the chakra dissipated. It then wrapped around its neck and slammed it head first into the ground. As the thing struggled to move, all of its tail being restrained, as Gaia kept her hands on the ground, a small bead of sweat ran down her forehead as she restrained the beast as it kept on moving. Naruto-kun, where are you? She said. Sorry I'm late, said Naruto. Black chains emerged from his back and grabbed the thing's face, before slamming it hard into the ground. It wasn't able to move anymore as Naruto black chains wrapped around its body, hundreds of chains keeping it in place. Naruto walked forward and placed a hand on its head. The thing couldn't even move or open its mouth as Naruto slowly started to suck the chakra out of the beast, the chains sucking everything inside of him, until the shape slowly started to shrink and shrink until nothing but Roshi was left. He did not need all of the tail beasts. All he needed was their power. However, he needed enough to make sure that the power would fester and grow together, as Chromie would make sure of that. Because Naruto could not break the seals that easily, and it would take a very long while, and he was not in the format of capturing them and going all about that. He just wanted the power. It took him another 10 minutes to fully absorb all of the power out of Roshi, until the four-tailed beast was withered and weak within the cell. Once that was said and done, Naruto tossed him to the side. Took you long enough, said Gaia. I guess the higher the tail, the longer it takes, said Naruto, as he walked towards her. You're okay, he said. Of course I am, she said. He was tough, but he wasn't that tough, she said. Besides, it's not like I was going all out. Seems we have company, said Naruto. Hold it right there. Turning his head, Naruto saw the group standing there. A lot of them, to be in fact. What have you done? The leader of said group asked, wearing a mask that covered most of his face. Well, nothing that you should really care about, said Naruto, as he held on to Gaia beside him. I'll be taking my leave now. You're sadly mistaken if you think that we're just gonna let you leave after coming into our village and attacking our Jinjulikis. Well, You don't have a say in the matter. The ninja flashed you hand sign, determined to stop Naruto from leaving until both Naruto and Gaia went up in a flash of lightning and vanished. What the hell? Was that a teleportation jutsu? Once again shocking the ninjas that was around here. Meanwhile, at Konoha, Kakashi Hatake looked through the window as he breathed out a sigh of relief. Seeing the peaceful day of Konoha, knowing that Konoha was low-key and still standing, brought a sigh of relief to his lips. However, thinking about his recent failed mission, well, it didn't pan out as they thought, and they lost Shikamaru and Shino, two heirs of two prominent clans. If Konoha did not see a threat before, now they know that the threat was greater than they thought. Well, since Jiraiya's death, they know that he was a dangerous threat, but now it was even worse. They could see that he was getting stronger and stronger. The village had to keep protected. After all, people believe in that they are becoming weak after the death of Jiraiya. So people like my guy had to stay back. However, Kakashi believed that even if Guy was there, it wouldn't be that easy unless Guy had to release all the gates, but that would end up killing him. And yet Naruto possessed a teleportation technique that could get him out of anywhere. Even if the threat was bad, he could just teleport away. He had already got what he wanted. He was after the tail beast's power. And yet he still stuck around to fight, just to humiliate them. Kakashi has always been an A-rank shinobi, and since his training he has become top level A-rank. But he can say for certain that Naruto was S-rank. To grow so strong in a short amount of time, his students were real just falling apart. First Naruto and then Sasuke. All he had left was Sakura, who was broken as she cannot accept the fact that Sasuke was not coming back. Her mind was too delusional about that. Asuma was still furious. He was worse than before. Having Naruto mock Kurna in front of him caused him to get even more angry. Kiba had lost Shino, Hinata, Kurna, and then Akamaru. He lost so much people dear to him. They had to keep a watch on him. Depression was not a good thing for anyone to have, especially in Izaka, with your heightened emotions. So they had to make sure that he did not do anything stupid or drastic. Kakashi sighed. I failed you, Sensei. So many times. He failed his Sensei at the first time of not being there to watch Naruto grow. Maybe if he was there he could have stopped some of this, but now, things have gone too far. The only thing that he could deliver Naruto was a death. A death that would end all of this, but he was too strong for Kakashi to actually kill him right out. He was even able to sidetrack his Kamui despite seeing it for the first time. That ability of his was able to substitute that damn metallic arm instead of his real one. Kakashi was sure that the battle would have turned out in their favor if that had been done, but it did not happen. As he sighed to himself and leaned back in bed, wondering what their next course of action would be. Time skip. Suigetsu, former ninja of the Mist, and also former captive of Orochimaru, made his way. He arrived at a house. Inside said house was none other than Jugo and Karen, and also their fearless leader, Sasuke Uchiha. I've heard some news, he said. Sasuke glanced up towards him. What is it, he said. It's about your old pal Naruto. Sasuke gave him a glare. He's no pal of mine. Well, he's been all around the elemental nation causing trouble. It has gone so bad that even the fire daimyo and the water daimyo has put a hit on his head. That guy sure knows how to make trouble for himself. I've heard that he even paid Hinsune a visit. What is he doing, Sasuke said. A bit curious. I'm not sure. That information I did not get. Tuh, you're useless, said Karen. And what do you know, Suigetsu asked. More than you, she said. And what is that exactly? She turned her head with a huff. Tuh, you don't know a damn thing, he said to her. Jugo spoke up as he looked towards Sasuke. Wasn't he a part of the group with you? Back when Orochimaru was alive, he said. Yes, he was, but we never got along together. He has nothing to do with this, and I want nothing to do with him. In fact, if he tried to cross me, I'll kill him, Sasuke said. I heard the guy is really tough, said Suigetsu. Are you sure you'll be able to do that? Of course, you fool. He's nothing compared to Sasuke, said Karen. Sasuke was about to say that himself, so he just remained quiet. Meanwhile, Naruto trembled a bit. "What's wrong?" asked Gaia, as she was lying on top of him. "I just have a feel like I want to slap someone," said Naruto. "Oh? Well, you can slap me," she said. "Oh, kinky," said Naruto, as she giggled a bit. Inside of their shared mindscape, you know, I'm beginning to think that they truly have a problem, said Chrome as she turned towards Shikaku. "You're telling me, ever since they started to do this, they haven't given it a break. You know, they can't even go a full day without actually sleeping together. Seems like the both of them are just addicted to each other's body. Well, at least they have some time to blow off some steam. Things are getting more hotter out there, and it will not be easy to get the tail bases from Kumo. Not to mention Jaiki. I'm sure he will be stubborn. I can handle Monotabe, but Jaiki will try not to listen, so we'll have to forcefully take what we come for. It doesn't matter because in the end, all of us will benefit," said Shikaku. "And we still have the Akatsuki to worry about. Don't worry. The next time they show their head, I'm sure that Naruto and Gaia will annihilate them." But guys, be interested right here for something source, and do like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on the bell notifications to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends and social media platform. And also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other what ifs of the other channels. Yes, I indeed have 4 of them, guys. I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the making family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me for new, I'll be replying talking about to all of you. So without further ado, this will begin this brand new episode starts right now. What am I saying? Let's get the hell out of here. See you guys soon. Peace.